It's Sunday, August 23rd, 2020, and this is the Jaking Off Show. I'm going to take a quick second here to remind you all that this podcast is sponsored by the homies over at patreon.com. Go to patreon.com/JakingOffShow and find out how you can donate as little as $1 a month, or $3 or $5, whatever you want to help this podcast grow. Now look, I'm not really begging for money here. Okay, I'm begging for money here, but times are tough, and we're trying to navigate our way through this quadruple crisis. We got 2 hurricanes in the same Gulf. We got wildfires everywhere. We got a global pandemic. We got civil unrest. Everyone's mad. Everyone feels like a hamster in a wheel. We are Sisyphus bound to hell. But hey, we're going to get through it together. But I digress. I'm not asking for much. The podcast is always going to be free to listen to on Spotify, YouTube, Anchor, wherever you listen to this, wherever you're seeing this, or however. I would appreciate it if you just hollered for $1, because it's going to help me make the podcast a little bit better. And it also motivates me to keep doing it. Now, I've been in a little bit of a funk lately. I've been meekly attempting to develop good habits. And doing a weekly podcast is a good habit for me personally, because I want to give you the stuff that you guys are donating and paying for. I'm also coming up with bonus content. I have a shot list right here for a couple of sketches that you know what? I've been thinking about making it Patreon exclusive, but why would I take that away from the people that listen and watch the show and don't want to pay a fucking dime? Because I get it. I'm broke too. We're swimming along in this unemployment stuff, but that all has to be smartly taken care of. Anyway, I digress. Welcome back to the show. We're back. We're here. We're queer. We take it in the rear. Well, maybe not me. I'm exit only, but maybe you do. I don't know. There's so many letters now. Anyway, let's get this fucking shit going. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. You heard that sick-ass guitar riff that you've been hearing lately. Let me tell you a little bit about that music that you just heard. It was my brother's band called Extinction, and they put that song out called Code Orange in 2014, about 6 years ago. And I was supportive of the band. I helped them do a little tour one time. We went to Vegas, did a couple shows in Pasadena. And I was like the merch guy, but it was a really good song, and I can't use copyrighted music because YouTube won't let me do that. And, the guys in that band are my friends. They're not really active right now. I mean, no band is active right now. But, I asked them permission if I can use the song, and they said yes. And I'm like, dope, cool. I like this riff. I really like using it. And I would want to come up with something myself, but I don't really have the tools on me right now. My bass is over at my mother's. I don't have a drum kit. There's a drum machine at my mom's somewhere. My brother's a guitarist. He's the main guitar that you're hearing there. And just great guys. And I miss them. And they're all the way in LA. And I hope they're doing well. I wish them well. And I hope they're listening to this, guys. Come on, reach out and touch faith. But yeah, I've been trying to develop good habits. Sometimes they follow through, sometimes they don't. I've been trying to read more. I've been trying to write more. I've been exercising a little bit more. My cousin told me that she's starting to see the color in my face a little bit, which is a good sign because I don't shit right. My diet's been very meticulous, and I'm losing a lot of weight. I'm not gaining any weight. I got the colitis. You've heard me talk about it before. But I'm trying new things, and it's Sunday, man. It's a clean slate. What you did last week doesn't fucking matter anymore. Whatever you messed up, you relapsed, you didn't get what you wanted to get done. That's okay, because it's a new week and it's a new you. So here's what you got to do. You got to get out that notebook. You got to write down your goals, and you got to change the things that you want to change and follow through on that. Stick that note on your front door or your bathroom or your kitchen, wherever you're standing in front of the most, and just remind yourself, hey, look, this is what I need to get done, And this is what the habits that I need to change or develop to make my life a little bit better. For me, that's meditation, stress relief, because part of me having the gut problems that I have is that a lot of those problems flare up when I'm stressed out, and I've been a completely different person in the past couple of years because I'm usually very high strung. I'm very worried all the time. I'm very anxious. I don't have anxiety, but I'm a nervous person in general. So by meditating, eating clean, I'm trying hemp protein, plant-based stuff that's not like inflammatory to help my gut. Mix that in with some water or some, coconut milk or whatever, and just, eat foods that are very easily digestible. Don't eat anything that's too greasy or rough or what have you, and that helps me, become a better person in and out. I'm not trying to virtue signal or anything, but I'm just really trying to focus on self-medication, self-help, and just trying not to deal with the trivial matters of things in life, because it's really difficult to escape the problems that we're going through now. Everything else is locked down in LA. I'm in Oklahoma now, so the clubs here are semi-open. I'm doing open mics again. I'm not cooped up in a dirty place anymore. I feel at ease now, and I feel like that this is the best move that I could ever done that I could have ever done in light of this whole pandemic, because I made all this extra money by doing nothing, and there's nothing to do, and I needed to make a change in my life. So I feel like there's a new we're in a new cycle now. We're in a new age. We're at another turn in life, and this pandemic was the perfect opportunity to basically start over and get my shit together. I bought a car recently. It only took me 12 fucking years because I had this old joke now. I have to retire this old joke now, so now I'll tell you guys. It's not. I'm poor. I'm a poor person. Some of you might know that already, but it's not like I could never afford a car, really. I could buy a car right now. I just have to live in it. That joke is retired now. I can't use that bit anymore because now I have a vehicle and I have to ingrain my stand-up in truth because the truth is hilarious. And, now that I have this car, I got the title. I'm gonna get this manual to figure out all the ins and outs of the front headlights out, but that's okay. It's a used car. It's got 150,000 miles on it. It's a Nissan Versa. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about anymore. I'm just naming what it is. I'm not a car guy per se. I was never taught much about cars. I know that the oil needs to be changed every so often, 3 months. I don't know. Have some coolant in the car, how to change a bulb, how to change a tire. I'm reading about that, and I'm taking the driving test in a couple of weeks. And, I'm going to get my fucking life in shape because I'm 29 years old. I never owned a car, so I didn't bother getting my license or anything like that. So you could say that I'm a late bloomer. Not ashamed of that because I finally got it now. And now what I'm hopefully not going to have to worry about is, being judged by any potential short-term mates that, I'm not a fucking loser anymore. I have wheels to get from point A to point B. And a big reason why I had to get this car is because I have another cousin in New Mexico that's going to have a baby. And I want to see that baby. I want to see it. I bought her a Slayer onesie. I want to see that little tyke in a onesie that has Slayer on it. Metal. I love it so. A bit on the set design here. It's just a flag of one of my favorite folk metal bands that changed my life forever. Now it's called what are they called? Helveti. It's hard to pronounce just by looking at it. I had to do some homework on that when I first saw them ever. Now imagine if Lord of the Rings was a metal band. There's like guitars and drums and all the heavy growling and all that shit. But then there's flutes and violins and hurdy-gurdies and all that sort of stuff, and sort of like a Celtic kind of bardcore medieval type of deal. I like that shit. I like that shit a lot. Makes me happy. I love metal so much, and I've been listening to all this aggressive, super aggro, kill everyone like type of stuff. But I'm not like that in life. I just listen to angry music, and it keeps me calm. Frankly, it's fun for the whole family. You should meditate under death growls. It's a good idea. Try it. Um, but yeah, I've been trying to develop new habits. I'm reading a book called the Book of Five Rings. It's a strategy book. It really talks about the way of the sword, and back in the samurai days. But it's an application to other aspects of life. Is that your weapon is an extension of yourself, and the mic is a weapon that I have. My voice is a weapon. My other skills, camera work, editing, that is a weapon. And I am trying to hone those skills to get better at it through repetition. Same with stand-up, that's a weapon too. And just repeating, over and over again. Sounds tedious and it sounds boring, but you know what? Amazon was built in a garage, I want to be good at this professionally, and I've been also motivated to find paying work where I can still work from home because I've dove into voiceover acting. I dipped my toe in the water about 6-7 years ago, and found out that it's even more competitive than other acting stuff, audition stuff, stand-up stuff. It was all trial by fire. I didn't know how to use the equipment that I was buying. I didn't know what the best software was. So I dipped my toe in the water and I kind of quit because it was very discouraging at first. I wasn't as confident as I am now. I'm still working on that, but I was easily discouraged at my first go at it. And now that I kind of know what I'm doing now, I'm more motivated than ever to get this going because now I'm away from the entertainment capital of the world, and I found out that there's actually some voiceover agencies right here in Oklahoma. I don't care where I live anymore. I'm not even looking for fame or anything of that nature. I just want to get work and use my weapons to lead a satisfying life. I watched a documentary called I Know That Voice. Maybe you've heard of it. A friend of mine recommended that I watch it, and it's basically a documentary about a lot of famous voice actors that talk about the industry and how much fun it is to do cartoons and stuff, and the various techniques, the camaraderie, the work, and also just the fun of doing voiceover, and that you can be this thing. You could be anyone. You could be an old man if you wanted to. If you knew how to do an old person's voice, you could be old if you wanted. Or you could be a villain. You could be anyone. And I have a little bit of a repertoire. I'm working on other content as well. I don't know if you've seen any of the videos on my Instagram page really recently. Go to my Instagram if you're not watching it through there, because I've got an idea that's pretty funny. I'm using various impressions that I know how to do, and I am singing songs as those impressions. I did Smeagol from Lord of the Rings, and he's doing a Slipknot song. Ooh, the precious. Yeah, so I can do that sort of stuff, and Goofy sang a Limp Bizkit song the other day that got a lot of positive response. And I'm going to do another one. Maybe not as goofy, but maybe as someone else. I don't know. You'll find out. You'll see. And I'm just doing creative things because there's nothing else fucking going on right now. And I'm hitting the open mics too. I'm practicing once a week at the Bricktown Comedy Club. And that's a comedy venue in Oklahoma City. And it's really interesting because, they check your temperature at the door. They're following CDC guidelines. They're eliminating the front row. They're letting people sit really far apart. But everybody's sharing the same microphone. What? that defeats the entire process of being checked for the virus and being checked to be away from the virus, assuming that everyone else has it or whatever. People are wearing their masks and stuff, but the comics, man, they're sharing the same microphone and they're pitting with their spittle and they're doing their act outs and their stuff all over the same microphone. And I'm thinking, why not just get my own? I have a little microphone that attaches to any other XLR cable, and I brought my own mic and I went up, quick little disconnect, and connected my own, and people were like, that guy's using his own mic. This guy's a fucking genius. And it's like, dude, why not? You know, a Shure mic is only like, you know, $40 on Amazon or whatever, and you just spend $40. You know, I was thinking about, you know, the whole lockdown and all that, and people would be reluctant to do shows or go to shows or what have you. And I'm thinking, like, I can do all of this. I just have to have my own shit. Have your own shit. It was such a boom. It was just such a mind-blowing thing. And I'm like, okay, we can do this. I can get back to my life and do what I want to do and be happy doing it, you know? Hardly a handful of people listen to this podcast, and it's just putting in your reps in. I like doing it. No, not a lot of people listen. No, I'm not getting paid to do it. I'm not getting paid to do comedy. I'm not getting paid to make all these other videos and all these other content things that I have. I've got a shot list right here of 2 sketches. I'm gonna scream again throughout the whole day. If you've seen the day in the life videos where it's the normal activities that the average person does, except I'm doing it and I'm screaming the entire time. I'm going to do some content for Liquid Death for the upcoming spooky season. I don't even know if that's going to happen, spooky season. There's no trick-or-treating or anything like that. And just make stuff. Make stuff, you know, be productive, get out of your own head, turn off the fucking news. Look, dude, I don't even have cable. I don't pay for cable. I'm just paying for the internet here, and that's like, you know, $60 a month. And there's like this package deal with internet and like a landline. I don't use a landline either. Who uses landlines anymore? But I'm off. I'm not in the loop on the stuff that's on the news. I'm trying to stay off social media, but the thing is, I have to use social media to promote my stuff and things. So I'm trying to break the habit of just post your stuff, post your creative stuff, let it go, have your little dopamine hits when someone hits that like button, when like my phone goes off. But then like, because people post about the news and what Trump is doing, what he's not doing, the pandemic, and it's just all grounded in fear and hatred and division. And yeah, it sucks right now. California's on fire. The Gulf's about to get 2 hurricanes at the same time. And, you know, the whole Midwest up above me is out of power and all that. And there's rolling blackouts. And then Florida exists. Like, what the fuck is happening, man? It really seems hopeless, and it really seems that we're entering like this Mad Max scenario, and people are just out killing each other and shooting each other and putting knees on necks and shit like that. It's horrible. I could fucking cry right now, but you know, I'm trying to escape. What can I do? There's not much I can do except survive and just try to make people laugh, because I feel that that's my destiny, is to just entertain people and make people forget. You know, when I was drinking alcohol really heavily, I would drink alcohol to forget. And I'm taking about, you know, trying to forget about the problems of the world by doing other stuff. And I'm trying not to feel the despair or the anguish, because people are frustrated right now. Daddy Trump ain't coming through with a second stimulus check because the Senate is sleeping on us. Yeah, I'm lying to you. I'm kind of sort of paying attention because there's money involved. That's why. But you know, I'm trying to break off of that. I want to write more. I want to read more. I want to exercise more. I want to work on myself. So yes, it seems selfish, but I'm trying to eat good food and all that stuff. But that's all you can do. That's all you can do is just take good care of yourself. And we forget that sometimes. Stop ordering Taco Bell. Stop playing the same video game for 8 to 10 hours a day. Stop being frustrated with things that aren't in your control. I'm taking control of my own destiny by just stocking up. I'm this much closer to getting my shit together, because once that car's insured, we're going around town. We're hitting the other spots, man. And I'm getting back. I'm getting my training wheels back on, and then those training wheels have to come off. I essentially started over because I hadn't been on stage in 5 months, and the rust is starting to come off a little bit. That first time on stage last month, in 5 months, that was rough. It was really rough because it was a shitty bar show, just like any other show. People aren't there to watch comedy; they're just there to get drunk and get fucked up. And I got a couple of laughs here and there, but I was really out of place because the stuff that kills, and I was waiting for that to land. And I stuck the landing, but I didn't get any reaction out of it, and it's sad. And you gotta roll with the bombings. I gotta learn how to bomb again. I gotta learn how to kill again. I gotta learn how to crush shows, and I gotta learn how to take a negative reaction and use that, or the lack of. That's another thing. At Bricktown, the audience, they're wearing masks. The laughter, if there is any, is muffled. You can't quite hear it. The expression is kind of blank, it seems, because you can't tell if someone's smiling or not from far away. Front row's gone. There's no front row, so there's like shadows in the back of the room, because when you're on that stage, it's very bright. You can only see the front row, and you can kind of like look out and don't look up directly at the light and shit. I did that, and I was like, you ever get that free buzz when you stand up too fast? And I was nervous, and I'm like, oh shit, there's a crowd. There's a crowd at an open mic? What? Yeah. There's people that there's no scene out here. It's a very little scene, but people still want to be entertained and stuff. So there's comics that are good, there's comics that are bad, there's comics that are okay, there's comics that are just working on their other stuff. And I treat an open mic like it's a show. I don't like bring my notebook up on me or anything like that. So because the notebook is your crutch. It's your crutch, and you got to let the crutch go. You want to work on your notes and stuff like that, but I'm carrying the notebook with me, and I put it off to the side before I even got on the stage, and I forgot half of my material because I was so into going, okay, what's that joke? Let's go. Let's tell that one. Let's weave that bit into this other bit. Let's try that new joke somewhere in the middle. And it was scattered. It was all over the place. There's a real lack of structure in my writing. I've been advised on using bullet points before. Which is a good idea, but the way I memorize my bits is that I write the whole thing out word for word. And what I tried to do that time is try to memorize it dead letter perfect, as close as humanly possible. And you get thrown off, but luckily it was only 5 minutes. So a couple of new jokes worked. I'm working on other stuff. I'm making fun of my family that they wouldn't appreciate hearing, but it's funny, and they don't know me, so not my family, the people watching. I'm going to go back into the funk again. As some of you know, I am losing my hair. I am going bald, so I've become hat guy now. And so my act is, I'm going to think, since I'm just going to be hat guy, and I've been wearing, and throughout the last winter, I wore beanies a lot. And I looked a lot like the burglar from Home Alone. That was one of the other self-deprecating gags that I had. So I think I'm going to keep wearing the beanie, but I also don't want to cut my hair, but I also have not accepted the baldness that is occurring on the top of my head. Because I'm shedding every time I shower. And I don't know if that's stress. I don't know if it's genetics. Maybe it's both. But I'm going bald, and I don't like it. I don't want to shave my head because I'm skinny and I'm going to look like a fucking cancer patient. I don't want to look like that either. So let the hair that's left on me grow as it may, and I'll just do. You know how George Carlin was like balding with a ponytail? That's what I'm becoming. I'm becoming young George Carlin. Now that sounds like a great idea. I'm still young, and my hairline says I'm 45. So good luck scoring any ladies around here. But I'm in a different neck of the woods. I'm trying the dating scene again, but there's a lot of chicks that are younger than me that have kids and they're single moms. I'm coming on to 30 pretty soon. I don't want to be a stepdad per se. I've been having like baby fever talks with my cousin, and I'm thinking like, oh, I could bring a little fucker into this world, but it's a bad climate right now, or I could adopt or something. But there's too many nuts in this bag of trail mix. There's too much crazy in my family, and I can barely take care of myself. Yeah, we're up here in a studio apartment in the Midwest. Everything's cheaper out here. I just bought groceries. That was like $150. That's gonna last me the rest of the goddamn month. Holy shit, what a difference it's been out here this past month. I know my friends at home, back home, are going through a massive heat wave with rolling blackouts, and there's wildfires and shit. The air quality's terrible. I know how they feel, and my heart goes out to you guys that are struggling out there. That like, oh, we can finally like kind of go out a little bit. Nope, smoke, can't do it. I'm sorry, and I feel you because I've been, even though it's not as bad over here, there's torrential rain and tornadoes and lightning, but, it doesn't happen as often as I thought, and the weather's not as easily predictable because there was a storm that rolled through just out of nowhere, and my cousin was like, hey, we got to go to the safe room. It's getting bad out here, just in case. Because once the tornado warning is out, it's over. You don't know where it's going to be. You don't know where it's going to land. It could land fucking anywhere. And there isn't exactly a safe room out here in these apartment buildings that I'm living in, so I wouldn't be able to go anywhere. There's a tree right in front of my window. If that goes through, I'm going through the Murphy's Law in my head because I'm thinking about all the other fucked up shit that could go wrong. Because you kind of have to. But it's a very surprising difference out here. There was a... There was a Blue Lives Matter rally out here. There was a bunch of guys in big fucking trucks waving a black and white American flag with the blue stripe across it. And I just laughed and was like, okay, don't tread on me. All right, okay. And I'm getting ads on the internet saying, are you registered to vote? I got to do that because like I'm an old lefty. I consider myself a Democrat by most standards or progressive or whatever. But I'm in such a red state, is my vote gonna count? But here's the thing. I did look at the situation with the mailboxes being taken away, and that's happening in places that were swing states. Oklahoma is not a swing state. There's mailboxes, everywhere. They're not being hauled off in cars because little Donnie knows who's going to vote for him in the state of Oklahoma. A lot of people are Republicans out here, and they're fine. That some of them are openly racist, some of them are not. Some of them are just smart, no nonsense folks. I know there's a Democrat that lives down the block from me. She's got an Amy Klobuchar poster. I'm like, take that down. Any functioning adult will do. But it's like, I'm going to register. I'm going to cast my vote. I'm going to do my thing. I'm going to do my patriotic duty and all that stuff. But not happy about it. This is the best we can do. This is the best we can do. Really. I had so much hope for Bernie Sanders. But that's out the window. And it's not going to happen. And he's too old to run again, So what the fuck? It just let the system do its fucking thing. We're gonna play our part in society, and they fucked up. So I'm gonna take your goddamn money. I'm gonna take your money until next March, and I'm coasting because you fucked up. You took my job away. I worked at a yogurt store for 5 years. And now I'm like unemployed as fuck. And I've got a couple of leads on some jobs out here in the bud tending dispensary world. I've got that LA street cred. You know, they'll hire me on the spot. I'm like, oh, you're from LA. You must be a connoisseur. Yeah, because we're spoiled little brats out here. And you know, I'm getting my shit together. It's a slow climb out of the fuck shit life, but it's a climb, and I'm getting out of it, and I'm feeling a lot better. I'm trying to keep those habits developed and just to keep it going. The last 2 days, I just kind of fucked off and did nothing. A lot of sleeping in, a lot of depression naps and things like that. Am I worth it? Is anything I do worth it? And I question my worth a lot. And, you know, and anybody hearing this, if you feel like you're worthless, your information can be sold on the dark web for a very valuable profit. I'm just joking. But yeah, I feel down often, and it's a tough battle. It's an eternal war. I'm trying not to succumb to the darkness. I was thinking about getting a gun just for, you know, home invasion and shit like that. It's open carry around here, but there's too much darkness up here. I can't have a loaded gun around me when I'm alone to my devices. I might blow my fucking brains out. So there's got to be another way. Bow and arrow? A sword? I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. But anyway, it was good shooting the shit with you guys. Thank you guys for donating via the Patreon. Really appreciate it. Pays for stuff, pays for that camera, pays for this microphone, pays for the software, pays for the set design, or it helps pay for the set design. And sometimes I fuck it up on delivery takeout. Sometimes. Not all the time. But you guys keep me motivated, and I hope I keep you motivated by taking my advice, by hitting the notebook and writing down your goals and trying to make something out of nothing. Because what else are you going to do? Thanks for hitting up with for chewing the fat with me. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for letting me talk to you for a little bit. And yeah, I'm talking to myself. No, there aren't going to be guests anytime soon. Skype is cool. Zoom is cool, but there's a delay. I don't like it. So I'm just going to take another angle on this. I'm going to make more content for you guys to see. I'm not going to make it Patreon exclusive. Everybody's going to be able to see it for free, but just know that I'm spending my time and my money to keep you guys entertained and to keep you guys laughing. I hope. Okay, thanks. Bye.